if you're going to talk to other people about the crushings in their lives, you have to be willing to put yours up front too.
Yeah.
My daughter came to me. She was 13 years old when she told me she was pregnant.
Hi everyone, welcome to In His Love channel. How are you doing? Good? Awesome. So it's windy out here, and I'm at the park again. I like the scenario, but it seemed busy today because today is Saturday, so we have music and stuff going on. Just ignore, okay? Anyway guys, I really like what TD Jakes said in this the short clips that I took out, right? And I'm not a fan of TD Jakes. Let me just put that out there, because he's a big part of prosperity gospel teaching and selling Christ, you know, selling the gospel of Christ, you know, and making money, you know, out of the gospel, all in the name of the Lord. So I'm not a big fan of him at all. But he said something in this video that's really that really made sense to me. You know, I like the fact that he was honest and open in this video. So he said, you know, Steve Harvey was asking him a question about his daughter, you know, getting pregnant when she was 13. We're not going to go into all that, but I like what he said. He said, you know, if you're going to talk about people's brokenness, you know, people's problems, you know, you have to be willing yourself to talk about your own issues, your own problem, you know. And I'm thinking, I'm like, you know how our African Christianity, you know, they especially the prosperity gospel people, you know, they present themselves like everything about them is perfect. My t-shirt, I'm sorry you can't read it, it's upside down, but my t-shirt actually says be real, not perfect. So yeah, and we're talking about perfection, right? So false teachers, you know, they present themselves to be perfect, so much that, you know, it's like everything about their life is perfect. They won't tell you when something goes wrong. For example, they won't tell you that they are sick. In fact, one popular one will always say, I can never be sick. I can never be sick. I have never been sick. You know, I can never be sick. He sings it every day. You know who I'm talking about. You know? So, but behind, they are going to hospitals abroad, flying out and getting the best treatments, the best medical care, right, for themselves. But they will tell you, they will say they can never be sick, you know. Jesus was never sick, so them too, they can never be sick. Like perfection. You know, their children will probably get pregnant, they will cover it, they will hide it, you know. In the church, a pastor will sleep with an underage, you know, and destroy that child's life, you know, even up to getting them pregnant, you know, mental issues for those children. And you would think that these cases like this, they will bring it out and discuss it, you know, the church leaders will bring it out, discuss it, maybe suspend the pastor, you know, do the necessary things that needs to be done, you know, rightfully, righteously, right? But no, they will cover it. The church will cover it. Why? Because the church, the image of the church should be perfect. I don't know where they got this thing from, you know. I don't know where they got it from, you know. And they have lived this life of a lie for 30, 40, 50 years. Many of them. And there's another thing they, you know, they will do. They when they are doing their prayers, they will say things like, you know, something there's something sitting on your head, but there's hope here tonight because I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you. there's something sitting on your head, you know, your family, whoever is pursuing you, whoever is holding your destiny down, but God is here today, I'm going to pray for you. First of all, what is sitting on their head? So you're praying for these people, you want to pray for them as what now? That you are perfect, that your life is perfect. You know, you will never hear them mention any imperfection or any real life situation that is not good. They don't say it. Like in some churches, a particular one, winners, let me just say it, you know, they don't mention death. They don't announce death in their churches. Like on the pulpit, you won't see them come out and say, oh, we lost brother so, we lost our sister's mother. They don't announce it. They don't on the pulpit. Why? People die. It's part of life. Again, because they pray prayers and say, oh, this year nobody will die in this congregation. No one in your family is going to die in this year. And people will scream, amen. How do you know no one is going to die in their family? What about if their grandma is like 90-something years old and her time and she dies? Like, how do you make vague prayers like that, you know? So when those things happen, when someone actually died, they don't want to announce it. They don't want to announce it. They cover it. They don't say it. So all this imperfection, trying to be perfect, but meanwhile everything is going wrong, you know. There was one time I saw a shot, a clips of Bishop Oyedepo and his wife. They were leaving at the end of a program, right, that they are having. You know, they're always having one program or the other. So they were leaving, and the way Bishop Oyedepo was walking, he was walking like a very sick man, and his wife was holding, like leading him, holding his hands, so he won't fall, because he had to come down on a few steps, maybe a couple steps, before he comes down to go into his car. He looked very sick, but he will be saying, I can never be sick. You will never hear them say, oh, I'm sick today, I was under the weather, I had this. But there was one person that actually that I'm going to applaud here, even though I don't I don't subscribe to his teachings. But Ayo Risheja, Pastor Ayo Risheja, I know he did videos where he told the world that he had cancer, and he became cancer free and everything. So for him, even mentioning that he had cancer is a plus. It's generally Africans, they tend to hide their not so good life. Why? It's every day. It's part of you. Things happen. It's life. It's okay to talk about it. It doesn't mean you don't have faith when you talk about it. No, it doesn't mean that. But they cover it. All types of atrocity going on, in the church amongst Christians. But they hide everything. They hide everything, pretending to be perfect. And we are not perfect. We are not perfect. So, it's a big problem, because now the members are seeing these preachers as, oh, everything is perfect in daddy's life. Oh, daddy and mommy's life, I wish, like they call them. No, they look up to them as their, as their mentor, because all they see is perfection. But what is going on in their closed doors, nobody knows. The real life that is going on in their closed doors, nobody knows. Some preachers will domestically, don't want to use the word, boast their wives. But in the church, they pretend as if the marriage is rosy, everything is fine. Okay, look at, is it Pastor Olukoya, the one that passed away, that his son took over the church? the son that is used to be, or still is, I don't know, an actor. He took over the church, the one with the dreadlocks. So he took over the church. The man, the late pastor that passed away, he went through a lot, you know. He lost 2 wives, you know, and that pain did a lot in him. But I made a video about it too. But there was a write-up that he remained strong. He tried to like be strong all the time. And I personally think his death was as a result of heartache, you know, heartbreak, you know, that he did not tackle, you know. As a pastor, you too, you need therapists, you know. It's okay. As a preacher, you need therapists. As a Christian that God uses to perform miracles, you know, you can be sick too. Look at Paul. Was it Paul? I believe it was Paul, or one of the disciples, that had an infirmity, he had a sickness in him, you know. And what did Jesus tell him? Or he said, go take a little wine for your sickness. He did not heal him. And it's okay. You know, it's not okay, but you know, but it's okay for you not to be perfect, is what I'm trying to say. It's okay to express your pain. It's okay, and I mean expressing it publicly. If you are a public figure, like a preacher, a pastor, it's okay to express your pain, because you see, when you do that, you're helping others, you know, to feel like, oh wow, so pastor can go through this, so pastor's wife can pass through the same thing that me I'm passing through. Wow, if she can do it, then, you know, it gives people strength to go through their own pain. But when you present yourself so perfect, it confuses people when they are going through pain, because now they are thinking, why is my life like this? You know, I've prayed, I've fasted, I've done everything they said I should do. Why are things like this in my life? Like, why are things going this way? You know? So it makes them, they start wondering and start feeling less of a Christian, or less, you know, of a believer, because of this perfect life presentation. So guys, the essence of this video, let's be real. We should stop all this pretending business, you know. If you had a past or whatever, tell people your past, you know. Talk about it. You go out evangelizing, you know. Every now and then, throw your past in, you know, as a testimony in your message to the people. It helps them know that, oh wow, you went through that too, you were like this too, and this is you now. God really transforms. It helps, and that's what it's supposed to do. You see some that's why I like foreigners. Not all of them do it though, but those that do it, you know, you see them, they'll come out and tell you, oh, I went through this, you know, my cancer. They do videos, you know, showing you step by step, you know, the struggle they had to go through. Not because they want to put themselves out there for everyone to see. Even those that have HIV, AIDS or whatever, they put themselves out there. Why? Because they want to actually help young adults, to let them know that these diseases they are real, you know. So be careful out there. It's to help the next person, not to shame you, but to help the next person. All right guys, thank you for listening to this video. I hope it wasn't too long. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments, remain in His love, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.